Hi, and welcome to another edition of Tiki's BSC Timeline Vlog. Today we're going to talk about Claudia and the book Claudia and Crazy Peaches. I had this whole bit planned where I was going to have a can of Crazy Peaches, and I was going to you guys are going to admire them. I realized I ate my Crazy Peaches, so you're going to have to settle for a can of Crazy Sweet Potatoes. You can tell it's crazy because it has a cat collar around its head. Something very Claudia-esque, she'd approve. It was a lot funnier with the peaches. I had a whole label on them. It was, well, probably come up backwards and everything in the camera, but let's talk about Claudia. When I was a kid, Claudia was not my favorite babysitter. I didn't have very much in common with her, and I think that's why I wanted to be Claudia. I was not artistic in any way, shape, or form, while Claudia could do every kind of art form imaginable, and she seemed to be awesome at all of them. There was like no art she ever failed at. But the only art I ever did well was tie-dyeing, and I never had my tie-dye t-shirt bleed into my jorts, my jean shorts, especially not white ones, because never wore white jean shorts. But, you know, Claudia did. Let's talk about Claudia's outfits for a minute. I always loved how in the books they were like, Claudia's a wild dresser, while she was wearing the exact same things that everybody else were wearing. I mean, I think in one of the books she's wearing, like, some kind of oversized t-shirt and jeans with boots. Replace the boots with sneakers and at Christie. Another book, probably about a dozen of them, she's wearing leggings with an oversized shirt. Okay, A, if that's crazy dressing, then I was awesomely crazy in 1991 because that's like all I wore. And B, so was every other little girl. Plus Stacy was wearing leggings and an oversized shirt in the same book. So I guess she's a crazy dresser too. Claudia's spelling, I have touched on this before. It is, I think, mostly amusing rather than logical. Some of her spelling is very phonetic. It makes sense. If you read it, it may not be spelled right, but it's right anyway. You know what I mean? It's like B-U-R-D does not spell bird, but it doesn't spell anything else either, so if you read it, you know it says bird. That's kind of how most of Claudia's spellings are. I mean, even when she's babysitting, B-A-B-B-Y, you know she means baby. And then there are a few where you have to go back and reread like 6 or 8 times before you try to figure out what the heck she's trying to say. Obviously, you guys know I love Claudia's spelling. The teacher in me just comes out every time she spells something. I especially love it in the text when she sits there and logics out her spelling and it's wrong, like when she spelled Pharaoh with a W because she figured there was a secret letter in it somewhere, a silent letter. Claudia and Crazy Peaches. Let's discuss this book for a minute. You kind of feel bad for Claudia in here because really nothing that happens in this book is her fault. She's trying to do the right thing. She's trying to help her aunt. She's trying to be a good niece. And Peaches just goes really, really overboard. And Claudia kind of tumbles over with her down the hill. Peaches should never, knowing Claudia, Peaches should never have suggested Claudia put up her homework until later. If Claudia's actually going to be responsible and do her homework when she's supposed to, why would Peaches ever discourage her from that? And I don't see anything wrong with her taking Claudia out at 11:30 at night. That seems really blown up in my head when Peaches turned missing and Claudia turned up missing. They're probably together. Yes, they should have left a note. That was wrong on both of their parts, because Claudia should be like, did you leave a note before they left, not when they were already on their way home or whatever. But it wasn't Claudia's fault, and Peaches shouldn't have gotten mad at Claudia for what happened. I mean, Peaches is an adult. She may be a goofy adult, but she's an adult. I mean, you know, she's named after fruit. You know, we have to kind of forgive her, you know. Sometimes your name is a limitation in life, and obviously for Peaches, you know, being called a fruit has made a big difference. I gotta say, Claudia and Crazy Peaches is my favorite Babysitters Club title, just about. There are a couple of others that are really awesome, and I don't just mean Stacy's Emergency. You guys know I love that one. But Claudia and Crazy Peaches is one of those books where if you didn't read the BSC, you would be like, what the flip is that about? Let's be honest about that. You know, it would not make you want to pick up the series, probably. I mean, trying to stare over at the books. Marianne, I have no idea what that says. I have no idea what books those are. So, you know, but trying to pick a Babysitter's Club book and guess what it's about? Most of these books you probably could. Christy Thomas, Dog Trainer. Dawn and the Halloween Mystery. It's kind of obvious what these books are about. Claudia and Crazy Peaches sounds like she ate some psychotropic fruit and had a bad nightmare. And then the mustaches on the front cover kind of ruin that whole thing for you. That's all I got for today. Enjoy, and I'll be back in June, I think, for Jessie, because we're running out of Jessie books to vlog Jessie, so she's coming up soon. Bye!